Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetstools.com, and today we are going to do the full review of HTC Desire 600. We have the HTC Desire 600 with us, and this is a dual SIM device, and we will just show you how does this device actually support two SIM card. Let's talk about the specifications of this device first of all, and before we actually start the specification, let me just give you an overview of the device in terms of connectivity and the ports. So if we take a look over the device, this is how the device looks like. It has got a 4.5-inch QHD display. The resolution of the display is 540 into 960 pixels, and again it will give you a pixel density of around 245 pixels per inch, which is again fairly good for a display of this size, I would say. As far as the display is concerned, you have got a Super LCD 2 capacitive touchscreen display, which is pretty okay, and again it does not provide you very wide viewing angles. The colors will definitely fade a bit when you view the screen on this device from extreme viewing angles, but still you will be able to read what is there on the display. Apart from the color fading, there is no problem. You can actually read the display from extreme angles as well. That is possible on this device. As far as the overall design of the device is concerned, this device looks like a unibody device, but it is not. However, the overall phone is actually sitting inside the back shell, which is again user replaceable, so you can actually apply a different color back shell as well on this device to make it look different apart from the other devices which we have in the market. And again, when we talk about the overall design of this device has got a pretty good design with rounded back cover, and it is matte finish in nature, so it won't get the fingerprints and scratches very easily. And again, you have the HTC logo or branding basically in the middle. This device also have Beats audio, and again you have curved edges on this part, and again the edges becomes thinner over here on this part. As you can see, the overall thickness of this device is around 9.3 millimeter, which is again not too thick and not too thin as well. But again, the sharp edges, or you can say tempered edges of this device, again make it look quite thinner as compared to the other devices which we have in the same price segment. As far as the overall connectivity and the ports is concerned, let me just talk about that. So you have the 3.5mm audio jack on the top. You have a little lint to remove the back cover. Here you have the power and sleep key, and again this device is not too big in hand to actually use the power and sleep key, but again you need to press it from the top. There is no power and sleep key on the right hand side or on the left. On this side you have the volume rocker, which is a single button, which again gives you a little bit less amount of feedback, I would say, but again it gives you feedback, so you will get an idea whenever you press it. You have the micro USB port for data syncing and charging. You have a primary mic over here for voice calling. When it comes to the secondary mic on this device, we are not able to locate a secondary mic, but that should be there within inside the body of the phone. And again, on this side we have nothing. On this side we have no button, nothing. So this is how the overall design of the device looks like. At the back, if we take a look, we have got an 8 megapixel camera on this device with LED flash, and then you have a nice texture over here, which again is looking good, but there is no functionality and nothing is actually special about this texture. This is just a design. So let me just remove the back cover to show you the phone from the back side first of all. So once we remove the back cover, we can see the slot over here for two SIM card. The first one will accept a 3G SIM card. That means you can use 3G on this SIM card slot, whereas this one will accept a normal 2G SIM card basically in terms of connectivity, and both of them will accept a micro SIM, not a normal size SIM card. And again, when we talk about the micro SD memory card, you do have the slot for it, so you can expand the storage of this device up to 64 GB micro SD memory card will be supported. As far as the internal memory is concerned, which we have on this device, the internal memory of the device is 8 GB, and you have 1 GB of RAM, and we will just show you how much of that is actually available to the user. Now taking a look over the front side on this device, we have dual loudspeakers on this device. This is the earpiece part on this device, and it can also act as a loudspeaker, and we will confirm that just now in this review. And here we have the earpiece, basically the microphone with which you can actually call. So the microphone is actually over here, and this is actually for the loudspeaker, and I do think that this is also for the loudspeaker apart from the earpiece, and we will just confirm that. So the secondary camera or the front camera on this device is a 1.6 megapixel fixed focus camera. As far as the back camera is concerned, the back camera can record high definition video at 720p, but that will not be at 30 frames per second, but it will be at 24 frames per second. As far as the version of Android this device is running, let me just show you that. And before I show you, we see a custom UI which is running on top of Android on this device, which is called the HTC Sense UI. And the version of HTC Sense UI which is running on this device is, so it is running the latest version of HTC Sense UI, that is 5.0, and it is also having this blink feed as a part of this UI. So you can actually see the feed and updates which are coming from Facebook, and as well as you can also configure Twitter and other social accounts into this feed, so that you can see all these updates within this kind of a blink feed UI, which is definitely quite helpful. And you can actually track the status updates from different social networks using the blink feed. You can also track news as well. You can customize your content which you would like to see in blink feed, and that is also possible. So you can do a lot more things. As far as the home screens are concerned, you have again you have the blink feed. This is how the home screen look like. You have around 4 to 5 home screen, and again, in case you keep on installing more applications, you will be able to see more home screen on this device. But you do have the option of increasing the home screens as well. You can also add widgets over here, as you can see. And again, the widgets on this device are again slightly optimized. They are not stock Android widgets, but they are the kind of widgets which are designed for this device only. Now taking a look over the system information for this device, the model number of the device is HTC Desire 600 Dual SIM, and then we have an ARM V7 processor on this device clocked at 1.2 GHz. It is a quad core processor which we have on this device. Let's take a look over the display resolution. So it is 540 into 888. That is the effective resolution, because you do have some touch sensitive controls which are there on the part of the touch screen. Again, you have the back and home button over here on this device on the body of the phone, not within the display. So sometimes this will actually happen when the effective resolution will get decreased because of this option over here. Apart from that, you will get the same effective resolution of 540 into 960. When it comes to the sensors, you have 3-axis accelerometer sensor, proximity and light sensor. You do not have magnetic field sensor on this device, but again you can use this device for GPS navigation as well. Now in terms of the overall design and the form factor, this device is definitely not very heavy. The weight of this device is around 130 gram, which is again fairly good for a device of this size. You have around 9.3 millimeter in terms of the overall thickness, and you do have curved edges on the backside, matte finish. So it is quite easy to hold in one hand, and you can actually use this device as far as the display is concerned with one hand. Most of the time you might face some problem some of the time, but again it is quite good for one-handed usage. Now taking a look over the system information or the software information, basically we have Android 4.1.2 running on this device. The HTC Sense UI is 5.0 as far as the version which is running on this device. And let's take a look over the storage information as of now. So as far as storage is concerned, you have 8 GB of internal storage, out of which around 5.5 GB is being used as of now, and again rest of it is available. So you have around 2.45 GB available, although you get more than 2.45 GB because we have installed a couple of applications and games. That is why it has taken around 1.94 GB. Approximately the free amount of storage which you get on this device is around 5.55 GB, out of which again you can use that to install applications, store picture, videos and other data. You do have support for SD card on this device, and you also have the option of controlling the storage settings so that you can actually specify SD card as the default storage disk or the default write disk for installing applications. Again, we cannot confirm as of now whether you can install applications on this device as far as SD card is concerned. We will confirm that later on. As far as the applications are concerned, let's take a look over the RAM which is available on this device. So right now the device is kind of idle and we are not running much applications. So as of now, around out of 1 GB of RAM you get around 780 MB of RAM, and again out of 780 MB of RAM, 503 MB of RAM is being used as of now, and rest of it is available. And again, the device is fairly responsive and quite fast enough in terms of the overall UI, I would say. I do not notice any lag on this device. The Sense UI is definitely optimized to run on this device with this kind of hardware specification. The RAM on the device is 1 GB. However, the overall 1 GB of RAM is not actually available. You get only 780 MB of RAM. But again, the device is fairly responsive and there is no lag which we could notice on this device. Definitely, if you run large number of applications in the background, you will notice a slight amount of lag, but that will not be much. You also have Beats audio available on this device, and when we take a look over the gestures and the display settings, so when it comes to the brightness, you do have support for automatic brightness because you have the proximity and ambient light sensor on this device as well. And apart from this, you do have different kind of HTC gestures which are supported, which are three finger input gestures which are supported on this device. You can enable that over here, and again you can do a little amount of things on this device with these gestures. We will explain that later on. As far as other settings are concerned, you have the option of transferring the content from other phones to this device with the help of transfer content. You have the option of backing up the data and reset the device. When it comes to the dual network manager, that means you can actually have a dual SIM manager on this device under the settings. So once you insert the SIM card into this device, you can actually specify out of two of the SIM card which you are actually using with this device, which one you would like to use for voice calling and which one you would like to use for data. When it comes to the Ethernet options, you do have the option of creating a portable Wi-Fi hotspot under the mobile network sharing, so that you can share the 3G internet on this device by creating a Wi-Fi hotspot for other devices, and then you can connect later on in terms of sharing internet basically. As far as power options are concerned, you do have some power saving options as well on this device, so that you can actually save power under the power saving settings, so that you can optimize the overall battery backup which you will get from this device. Again, once you turn on this option, it will actually decrease the brightness level of the display, and it will also optimize the CPU to run in such a way that it consumes less amount of battery. And again, you will get good amount of battery backup if you use the power saver mode on this device. And one more thing I would like to tell you about this device is that this device also have NFC within this price segment of around 18 to 20,000 rupees at which this device is available in the market. You also get NFC within this phone. Here we have the phone dialer on this device, and again on the phone dialer you can easily notice that there is no option of making a video call directly from the phone dialer. This is how the messaging application look like, and again the messaging application has been optimized to make it look different. It does have the option of sending the message either through the SIM card 1 or with SIM card 2 in whichever SIM card which you would like to use whenever you want to send messages from this device. When it comes to the keyboard keys are actually very much close to each other, so in case you are typing on this device on this 4.5-inch display, initially you might face some problem, but again you get these indications on which keys you are actually pressing, so that will actually help you in all. When it comes to the other specifications or other things about the keyboard, is that you do not have continuous input supported on this keyboard, and again typing on this device is not very easy, especially for those people who have thick fingers. But again, you can always type in the landscape mode as well in case you face any issues on this device. Right now we have disabled the rotation, that is why it is not going in the landscape mode. But again, typing on this device is not a problem once you get used to it. Within 2 to 3 days you will get used to this kind of a keyboard in which the keys are very close to each other. But again, typing is kind of difficult on this device initially for first 2 to 3 days. As you can see, this is how the camera UI look like on this device, and when it comes to the focusing capabilities, you do have tap to focus while taking a photo or while doing the video recording on this device. And again, you can also use digital zoom in case you require it. You can start the video recording by just tapping over here. You can take the photo from here. And when we talk about the settings, let me just show you the settings for this device as far as camera is concerned. So on the main camera on this device, you have night mode, HDR mode, sweep panorama mode, anti-shaking mode, in which you will have an electronic image stabilization which will correct your photos. When it comes to the video which you can record high definition video at 720p, QHD and MMS quality. These are the resolution which are going to be supported. So again, when we talk about some other settings on this device as far as image enhancement is concerned, so you do have a self timer On this device you have a review duration which you can set. The ISO on this device can go up to 800 maximum, as you can see as of now. And again, when we talk about other settings on this device, you do have the option of uploading the photos whenever you click the same on this device. You can also lock focus while doing the video recording, which is also possible, which is again a pretty good option, I would say. When we talk about the other settings as far as the front camera is concerned, let me just toggle to the front camera so that you can actually see how does the view look like from the front camera. So this is how the view will look like from the front camera. The front camera is 1.6 megapixel, and again you can do a good quality of high definition video chat from the front camera, which is also possible. And let me just show you the settings for the same. So when we talk about the front camera on this device, you have HDR mode supported in the front camera, and you have video quality. That means you can actually record video at 720p as well from the front camera, so that is also a good thing. And then you have some other options related to the camera settings. Let me just show you some of the photos which we have clicked on this device. Again, these photos have been taken in low light, and the overall amount of details which I see in these photos is pretty good. However, the colors are not that good always, especially when you take the photos in low light. Apart from this, there is no issue with this device as far as camera is concerned. Let me just show you some of the photos as well. And this is another photo which we have taken in low light, but again this one has better amount of light when we captured this photo as compared to the previous photos, just like this one. So this is the photo with proper amount of light, and we can see the same photo on this device without proper amount of light, and this is how the photo will look like. So especially with low light photos, you will see good amount of noise, and you can easily see the difference over here. So the camera on this device is pretty okay, not too good, but quite decent for a 18 to 20,000 device. As far as the apps which come pre-installed, you have a pretty basic application which come pre-installed. You get Skype application pre-installed, you also get Line Messenger pre-installed, and then you get some extra applications which are some trial version games which come pre-installed. So in terms of the application which come pre-installed, you do not get a large number of applications pre-installed on this device. You will get some Google related application pre-installed, but apart from that, you will not see much applications in terms of numbers on this device which will come pre-installed. Now as you can see, we have just loaded a web page onto this device within the browser, and again the browser is quite responsive and there is no issue at all as far as browsing is concerned on this device. The browser is again not stock Android, it is a kind of a custom browser which they have actually provided, and it gives you a kind of a full screen browsing experience. Kinetic scrolling is pretty smooth, there is no issue at all. You do have pinch to zoom supported, again that will be supported on the desktop version of the website whenever you load it, and you do have that supported. You do also have tap to zoom supported, or double tap to zoom is also supported. You have that. So in terms of the overall browsing experience, it is pretty good on this device. There is no issue. You can also play YouTube videos within the web page which are embedded without opening YouTube application for the same on this device. So as you can see, we are playing a YouTube video from our channel, and this video is getting played in high quality format, not in high definition format. And as far as the viewing angles are concerned, viewing angles are pretty good on this device, but again you will see some amount of color fading happening from extreme angles, but you can watch the display from extreme angles as well on this device. So the display does has wide viewing angles, but again the color fading will happen. And let me just turn the volume to full so that you can get an idea about the sound as well. Now one thing which is the most better thing on this device, and one of the best thing which we have seen on this device, is the dual loudspeaker. So both of these mesh over here at the bottom as well as on the top actually act as loudspeaker as well. So whenever you play a video, you will get good quality of sound. The overall bass effect in the sound is also pretty good. The loudness of the sound is also very good as compared to the other smartphones which are there in the same price segment. So again, this has been possible because of this revolutionary design from HTC which they have introduced in this budget Android phone, which is available for a 18 to 19,000 price point. So you get very good quality of sound from this device as far as loudspeaker is concerned. And the Antutu score which we have got for this device is 11 566, that is 11,566. But again, this is not a very impressive score, quite an average score, and this device is pretty good in terms of the overall day-to-day usage. However, this score is not that good because of the hardware configuration which we see on this device as compared to the other devices which we have over here in this list. The score which we have got on Quadrant standard for this device is 5046, which is a pretty decent score, I would say, for a device like this. We have the detailed score as well, you can take a look. We have it for the CPU, memory, input output operation, 2D and 3D. On Ninamark we have got a score of 36.0 FPS, which is again an average score, and this device is capable of playing medium graphic intensive games and the casual games like Subway Surfer, Temple Run, OZ quite easily. You can also play games like Frontline Commando D-Day, but if in case you want to play games like Modern Combat 4 or Nova 3, you will definitely see good amount of graphic lag while playing those games on this device, but still you can play those games. Now to show you the overall performance of this device as far as gaming is concerned, we are playing Asphalt 7. Until now there is no issue with the graphics. I can see the graphics rendering pretty fine on this device without any issues while playing this game. And again, the sensors on the device are also working well. There is no issue with that as well. So in all, the overall gaming performance of this device is pretty decent for at this price point. And again, you can play games without any issues on this device. You can also play some heavy graphic intensive games as well. Again, the graphics may not be that smooth, but you can play them, and this game is running perfectly fine on this device without any issues, as you can see. So as you can see, we have just connected a flash drive and it has detected the same. So OTG is supported on HTC Desire 600. On multi-touch, this device supports 2-point multi-touch, as you can see. The overall battery which we have on this device is 1860 mAh, which is again not very sufficient, which does not seem sufficient for a 4.5-inch display definitely. But again, the overall backup on this device as far as the battery is concerned is around 1 day. With moderate usage, that means you actually use a lot of applications but less amount of video watching and less amount of gaming is there on the device. But in case you are a heavy gamer or you watch a lot of videos, then in that case this device won't be able to give you 1 day of battery backup, and the battery backup definitely is not completely 1 day, especially in case you are using 2 SIM cards on this device. So the average battery backup for this device with day-to-day usage, even when you are using 2 SIM cards, is going to be 1 day, not more than that. That's all from us as far as the full review of the HTC Desire 600 dual SIM device. We really like this device as far as the overall build quality is concerned. The overall features of this phone in terms of the overall UI is also good. The UI is responsive, fast enough. At this price point, the camera on this device is also pretty good. And the loudspeaker is definitely amazing, which we haven't seen on any other device within this price segment. So that's all from us. Do let us know if you have any specific question for this device. We would love to help you. You can like this video. This video help you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.